Your triggers are not your weakness. They are a loaded gun that's been aimed at your own head your entire life. Today, we're going to turn it around and teach you how to aim. This isn't therapy, this is an armory. We're not here to talk about your feelings, we're here to turn them into weapons. You will learn to stop absorbing emotional attacks and start deflecting them with chilling composure. They can try to provoke you, insult you, and break you. But you will learn to meet their chaos with a stillness so absolute, it becomes an act of dominance. Before we begin, understand this. This process is a system override for your mind, and it's not without risk. So I've structured it into 3 phases. Phase 1, the diagnosis. We will identify the caged beast inside you, the shadow, and understand how society trained you to starve it. Phase 2, the interrogation. You will learn how to use your emotional triggers as a treasure map to locate the hidden parts of your own power. Phase 3, the forging. I will give you the exact steps to reclaim your darkness, not to destroy it, but to put it on a leash and make it serve you. This is not a path to happiness, it is a path to power. Step carefully. We begin now. Phase 1, the diagnosis. The predator in the cage society gave you a mask before you could even speak. It taught you the rules of being good. Be polite. Be humble. Don't be too loud, too angry, too selfish. You were trained to amputate parts of yourself to be acceptable. The raw, hungry, ambitious part of you. The part that wants to win, to dominate, to put itself first. You were taught that this part was the monster. So you locked it in a cage in the basement of your mind. Psychologists call this the shadow. But let's be clear, this isn't a metaphor. It is a living, breathing reservoir of raw power inside you. It is every trait you were told was bad. Your rage, your manipulative instincts, your ego, your unfiltered desires. And every time you faked a smile, every time you said it's fine when you were burning inside, every time you let someone else take the credit you weren't killing the monster, you were feeding it in the dark. But here's the secret, they never tell you. The shadow isn't evil. It's the part of you that refuses to be tamed for applause. It is your survival instinct. And when you stop running from it, when you walk down into that basement and open the cage, you don't unleash a monster. You integrate a predator, you become whole. And a whole human being is unshakable, unpredictable, and dangerously effective. Phase 2, the interrogation. Your triggers are a treasure map. Why does that arrogant person at work make your skin crawl? Why does the manipulative friend make you irrationally angry? Why does the loud, attention-seeking person fill you with disgust? It's not because you are morally superior. It's because your shadow recognizes itself in them. This is the most uncomfortable truth of this entire process. What you hate in others is a mirror of the power you have repressed in yourself. You hate the liar because you lie to yourself every day to keep the peace. You despise the narcissist because you were taught that loving yourself openly was a sin. You resent the arrogant because you've been forced to shrink your own brilliance for years to make others comfortable. Your triggers are not random. They are signals. They are a map pointing directly to the parts of yourself you have disowned. As long as you keep judging what you see in them, you will remain a victim of your own reactions. But the moment you stop moralizing and start analyzing, you begin the process of reclamation. Judgment is a confession. The things that trigger you are a list of the exact weapons you have refused to add to your own arsenal. Until you face that, you will remain unarmed in a world that is constantly at war. Phase 3, the forging. How to weaponize your darkness. Awareness without action is useless. This isn't a journaling exercise. This is a strategic takeover of your own mind. There are 3 steps to forging your shadow into a tool. Step 1. Name the demon. Look at the person who triggers you most. Now, name the trait in them with brutal honesty. Don't soften it. Is it control? Cowardice? Arrogance? Deception? Selfishness? Now, look in the mirror and give that trait a name within you. Not to shame it, but to claim it. What you refuse to name, you cannot control. And what you don't control will eventually control you from the shadows, hijacking your life in moments of weakness. Clarity is the first step to command. Step 2. Find the function, now that you've named it. Ask the question that shatters your illusions. How would my life improve if I could use this trait consciously and with precision? This is the turning point. You are no longer trying to erase the trait. You are looking for its strategic value. For example, if you've repressed your anger, perhaps you could use it to build impenetrable boundaries and stop being a doormat for other people's expectations. Clean anger isn't chaos. It's a shield. If you've disowned your manipulative side, perhaps you could learn the art of ethical influence and persuasion so you can shape outcomes instead of being shaped by them. If you've suppressed your selfishness, perhaps it's time to use it for sovereignty to finally put your own mission first. Because martyrdom is a slow, quiet death. Step 3. Rehearse the response. Think of a situation that would normally trigger you being disrespected, ignored, or challenged. Normally, you'd either explode with messy emotion or collapse into silence. Now, visualize a third path. The path of the integrated master. The version of you that leans into the pressure without losing composure. They don't argue. They don't justify. They hold eye contact. Their silence is heavier than any threat. Their composure is their weapon. Rehearse this response in your mind over and over until it becomes your default setting. You are burning a new neural pathway, turning a reaction into a calculated response. This is the voice of a trained mind. It says, I allow this part of me, but I command it. You're not killing the predator in the cage. You're putting it on a leash and teaching it who is master. The world doesn't need more obedient, polished souls begging for validation. It is run by people who are not afraid of their own darkness. They are not always the nicest or most virtuous. They are the ones who have faced their internal hell and came back armed. The goal isn't to be good. The goal is to be whole. Because a whole person cannot be iously manipulated, guilted, or broken. They are a force of nature. Here at Fitzel Studios, we don't offer you easy answers. We give you the dangerous questions that lead to real power. We believe in becoming the commander of your own mind, not a prisoner to your own programming. If this knowledge is what you've been searching for, then subscribe and join the inner circle. We are building a community of people who are done playing by the old rules. Show me you're ready. Hit the like button as a commitment to walk in this path. And now, a task. In the comments, confess one thing. What dark trait in others triggers you the most? By naming it, you begin to reclaim its power. I'll be reading every response. Remember the final truth? The world doesn't respect the person who pretends to be perfect. It respects the one who has mastered their own chaos. Thanks.